In this video, we're going to look at CRA models for comparing and ordering decimals. So we're just going to do the comparing aspect of this, and the same concepts would apply to ordering decimals, which is where you just have more than 2 decimals. So the 2 decimals we're going to compare will be 5/10 and then 48/100. So kind of the main thing that we want to highlight is making sure that we're emphasizing the meaning of place value with these decimals. Some students will jump to this right away. They'll see the number 5, they'll see number 48. They'll be thinking of this in terms of whole numbers. They'll say 48 is bigger than 5. But we really want to emphasize what those place values mean. Okay, so we'll start with the concrete model, and then we will show the representational and the abstract for this too. So again, in the context of that place value, right, when we have 5/10, right, we're going to say this larger square is equal to 1. So we don't have any of those. This top kind of area up here, that's our 5/10, and down here is going to be 48/100. Okay, so we have 5/10, right, that's our first value. But then paying special attention to that place value, again, 48/100 means we have 4/10 and then 8/100. Okay, so when we're looking at comparing decimals, we really want to start from the larger place value and move down to the left, and then once we find some misalignment, whatever decimal has more parts at that place value is going to be the larger decimal. Okay, so obviously we have this one right out of the gate, right, where we have 5/10. This one only has 4/10, so we really don't even need to look and see what's over here. We know that this decimal has to be larger, even if this has a bunch of other parts over here and this one doesn't have any. And the reason we know this has to be bigger is because it doesn't matter what parts are over here, there's no way that they could be combined to form another tenth in this case. Okay, so there's no way that we can take those 8/10 and form, or those 8/100 and form another tenth. We don't have, right, we'll be missing 2 of those. Okay, so we'll always be short. It doesn't matter what parts we have over here. So we don't even need to get past that tenths place here, and we know that our 5/10 is greater than 48/100. Okay. And for our abstract model or representational model, right, we can just have our drawings. Some students might find it helpful to kind of go through and cross, if we're going to compare these. Right, go one at a time. Okay, so this one has, right, 1 more tenth. We don't even need to look at these because we know there's no way any of these pieces or any smaller pieces could all be combined to be equal to 1/10 here. So then here we know that the 5/10 is greater. Okay, and then again, this is just the standard format for greater than or less than. So 5/10 is greater than 48/100, or we could write 48/100 as less than 5/10. And then if we were going to order, right, if we have multiple, right, if we're going to order these from, we'll say from least to greatest, right, our order would be 48/100, 5/10. And again, if we're ordering, we usually have more, so we'll just throw in, let's say 75/100, right? So for ordering, it's just kind of a comma separated list. But again, what we really want to emphasize is going back to not just looking at, not viewing this as 5 versus 48. Okay, we don't want to do that. Okay, we need to pay attention to what these place values mean, and those concrete and representational models can help with that.